this is Gena. I wanted to create a little video for you on using some websites to do market research for a property you may be interested in. Now, all of these are free except for this very first one that I'm going to show you, which is RealtyTrack. I have signed into my account. There is a monthly fee for this, but I've recently been using RealtyTrack and I really like it. What I've done is put in the address of a house in an area that I like to invest, and I'm going to ask it to find that house by just hitting that little search there. So it's bringing up this house and it's showing me, there it is, it's the first listing. It also brought up a lot of other pre-foreclosures in the area, which is really cool. But here's the house I'm interested in. This is actually the street my husband grew up on, if you want to know. So let's take a detailed look at that house here. I can see right away here it is listed as pre-foreclosure, meaning that the owner has received legal notice that the house will be going to auction if they don't catch up on their payment. Now right here, RealtyTrack's giving me an estimated value. That is just done with some sort of mysterious algorithm, just like the Zestimate on Zillow or anything else. I don't really put a lot of credence in that, but what I do like are the comps that we'll look at below. Again, tells me it's on pre-foreclosure, it's not on the market, the owner is still inside. Here's a little map, of course. Foreclosure status, pre-foreclosure explains what that is. Here's the legal notice that was sent, the auction information. I guess apparently the auction here is not yet scheduled. I could get an alert for when that does hit auction. Here's the homeowner, here's the trustee who will be handling the auction, the lender. There's the date that they got legal notice. So this fills in here. I got the details on the property. Must have been owned for a long time because we have no price history here. I've got the taxes. What I like and is missing from this one is quite often you can see the first and second or third liens, mortgages on that property. Here's the ownership once again. Not in bankruptcy, that's an important thing to know. And as this fills in down here, we've got comparable sales, which is really great. And you could take a look at each of these individually to see if they're valid or not. So I've got a really good idea here what the property is going to be worth, which is awesome. Again, this is a pay site, but I find it to be quite useful. Over here, I'm going to take that zip code from that property. I'm going to enter it into city-data.com and get some great demographic information from city-data. Now, there's a lot of information in here. As you can see, home sales. I can actually pull comps from here. Just take a few minutes to familiarize yourself with the area that you're investing in. We've got median household incomes, all kinds of drop-down options here on this heat map. There's some interesting things as we go down. We can look at ages, education, income, median income, percentage of families. Gives you an idea as to who your buyer or renter might be. There's a couple things here that are really cool. For example, year built. Here we can see that it's very common in this zip code to have houses built 1939 or earlier, so I'd be fine buying that. However, if I were to do a search on my area code here where I live in Seattle, that would be highly unusual, so I wouldn't want to invest in a property that is out of the norm. Number of beds and baths and so forth. A little farther down here is another little gem, which is common household fuel. You know, is it normal? Transportation. Is it normal to have an oil house? Do we need gas? Do we need electric? What's the norm? So you can scroll down here and just find out all kinds of stuff. Here's that heating fuel. Look, most common thing is gas. If you buy a house that is electric or anything else like oil, that's going to be hard to sell because people want the vanilla product. So spend a little time on city data. Now here's Trulia. I've put in just the zip code for that area. I'm going to tell it to search. Actually, what I should have probably hit is local info. I'll go ahead and hit that just right here, do the same thing. It brings up, first of all, a crime map, which I really like because I can tell very quickly where the high crime areas are. You don't want to be buying in the high crime areas. I can also go in here and look at market trends, median listing price. I can change that to sale price or price per square foot. It's really awesome. As I look here at the sale price, I can see that the median sale price is going to be, you know, in this yellow orangey area, and that's really your prime investment area are those middle priced homes. So all along. Now that looks pretty high there. 332 is high. So I'm probably going to want to stay more like yellow and light green. Now I know that's high because I know the area a little bit, but nonetheless, you can, if you stay in the middle, you're probably going to be good. Here's the really cool thing, okay? Not only can I see what the prices are, but I can go down here and find the most popular zip codes. Let's see, where did that go to? This is real live television, guys. Oh, I'm only in one zip code, excuse me. So let me go back here to, let me just put in Cuyahoga County, which is the county this is in, Ohio, and ask it to search that. All right, now I can go down here and see the most popular zip codes. Okay, let's do those by ranking. So here's the most popular zip codes in Cuyahoga County, and lo and behold, that zip code I was looking at is the most popular zip code. So what do I want to do? I want to buy in the popular zip codes that are in the median price range. Pretty cool stuff, right? If I have specifically that address put into Trulia, I can get a crime map and all kinds of other great stuff specific to that area. And you can see I'm in the green, but I'm not too far from a little higher crime area. You can actually see what those crimes are. They're listed below, and you can also click on those. So that's pretty cool. You can also go into Trulia here and you can see sold. Again, I don't go with the estimates. I want to see hard numbers on what is actually sold in the area. Okay, now I'm going to go over next to Zillow. I put that address in Zillow on the home page, and it brings up this map. This map then has little drop-down tabs up here where you can say, I only want to look at solds, or perhaps you want to see what's for rent. Maybe you want to see what's for sale, see if there's a bargain. I picked solds. I'm going to pick a price range that makes sense. I want to see houses that have sold from 50 to about 250, let's say. And even though our house is a 4-bedroom, I'm going to let it pull 3s just to see how many. Well, you know what? I don't think I do need to do that. Let's just pull 4s. There were plenty of those, weren't there? Down here, I'm going to make sure I'm looking only at houses. And over here, 1+ baths. My house, as you can see, is 1736 square feet. So I'm going to pull, roughly 20% in either direction. Maybe I'll let that go as low as 1,200. Sold in the last 12 months. Let's see if we can find enough in the last 6 months and apply that. Okay, so here's what we've got. A house selling for 90. A little further away, 125, 96, 109. I'm going to go ahead and close this. See if there's, oh, yep, there was one hiding at 83. By the way, once you close it, if you hover here again, it'll show you where that house was. That looks like it's in a different spot, doesn't it? Now, once you hit that, it'll actually bring up that property. You can go down and read about it. You can look at, again, I don't trust the Zestimate too much. The rent Zestimate I do think is good, and you can see that this home would rent for about $10.58 a month. I can say that I do have rentals in that area for $1,000 a month. So it looks like, if I can pick this house up, below, well, what would the 1% rule say, folks? If it'll rent for $100,000 means it'll cash flow. But by looking at those recent solds, we can see that houses are selling at 83, 90. So I'm going to be able to buy this house if this guy wants to prevent himself from going into foreclosure, something under $83,000. Once again, depending on what he owes on the property. And unfortunately, I wasn't able this time to find that on Realty Track. Sometimes you can. So what would I do? I'd go send a postcard to this guy, knock on his door. I'd give him a call if I can find his phone number, ask him if he's interested in selling his house. So I hope you got a little information here on how to look at some demographics of the area with Trulia, with citydata.com, how to do some evaluations with the comps available on Zillow, as well as Realty Track. Now there's a lot more websites out there that I encourage you to explore and use, but this will get you going in the right direction. All right, till next time. Hey, this is Gena here.